Welcome, welcome. I want to talk about something tonight that I think will help a lot of you. I notice in my questions that I answer and in workshops that I'm in, it's just a lot of confusion about the two and why they're called different things. And we're talking about gathers and pleats. So I want to read a couple things just to kind of give a definition. It says both pleats and gathers are used to control the shape of excess fabric, but they achieve different aesthetics. And so I think from a design perspective, that's where we need to really understand the difference. Pleats are precise. They're folded and stitched to create structured, uniform lines. Gathers are soft, uncontrolled crinkles created by pulling stitches to draw up fabric in a smaller space for a fuller flowing look. A couple key differences. Pleats are folded in a calculated, organized pattern and ironed to hold their shape. Gathers are random, bunched up folds pulled tightly along a stitching line. The volume and bulk, because pleats are flat, they have controlled movement without adding a lot of puffiness. Gathers are soft, round volume, think of like a peasant dress or a puffy sleeve, a puffy skirt. So keep in mind there's different purposes and different achievements with each of those. Pleated pants, for instance, use a sharp, ironed-in folds at the waistband. Gathered pants are full and bulky. Okay, so I get that you get those clear differences now. I want to look at this first photo, and it's about the pattern making process. Actually, the pattern making process in these two, gathers versus pleats, are not any different. This is not exactly a right drafting, but I just want to show in general that when you go to make a gathered sleeve or a pleated sleeve, the pattern can look identical. The reason I'm telling you this is because that means it enables you to where there are gathers in a pattern and you are using fabric that really pleats would look better, or on your body you like pleats better, or for whatever reason, you can change that pattern to pleats with no changes, and vice versa. If you are using a pattern that has a pleated skirt and you feel like the fabric would work better with gathered or pants or whatever you're doing, then you can change that and you don't have to change the pattern itself. So I want to look at some examples. Let's look at this first one. This first photo, this is actually a pleated sleeve. Now it looks gathered, but if you look very closely, there's pleats across the top of that sleeve. Why? Because it gives more control, it's a heavier fabric, and it will pleat better than gather. Let's look at the next one. Ruching. Ruching is an example of when I'm bringing extra fabric together. And ruching can be done with pleats or gathers. Ruching is not specific to gathers or pleats. It's a term used for gathering or pleating or pulling together. So if I have a fabric that's heavier, I can use pleats to do the ruching. If I have a fabric that's softer, then I could use the gathers. I just want to go through this because I think it's important just to understand these differences and what options I have in my own personal sewing. This next top, you can see that it is all gathered in there and it's all done with elastic, but it doesn't mean it couldn't be done with pleats and a little side zip on the side. And if you notice, there's gathers at the top of the sleeve and there's gathers at the bottom of the sleeve. One thing I want to point out is you can use gathers and sleeves on the same garment, and I'm going to show you a picture of that in a minute. This next picture, you can see gathers, both gathers at the neckline and gathers at the sleeve. They both have gathers. This next picture, it's pleated again. And why? Because the pleats lay flatter than gathers. Gathers have a tendency to poof. Pleats are more conventional. So this blouse, this is a Lafayette 148, and when I was shopping I saw this blouse and I thought it was interesting because the pleats at the neckline, they're pleats. They're pleats. They're gathers at the sleeve. So the garment itself is combining pleats and gathers together. And you wonder, why would they do that? And the answer is simply more control. More control over where the fullness goes, what direction it goes in. If you look at the one right next to it, and you see that it's gathers on both the neckline and the bottom of the sleeve, you have less control. The gathers just don't have the control that pleats are going to offer you. So notice that I can when I have a garment, when I have a fabric, I can control that pleating to be consistently the same than what I can gathers. Then finally, this last picture, I just want to show you that gathers are gathers. There's no real name for them. There's no specification of them. Pleats are different. And you have, these are the various different kinds of pleats you have. There's a kick pleat, knife pleat, accordion pleat, sunbraid pleat, inverted pleat, and of course the box pleat. So that's all. I just wanted to come and talk about a little technical difference between pleats and gathers so that you can kind of decide in your own clothing, whether it be sleeves, necklines, skirts, waistlines, all the places that we put gathers or pleats, you can decide what's going to work better for your taste, your personality, your fabric, and the style that you're trying to accomplish. Happy sewing from Silhouette Patterns.